government sets up task force to manage national immunization program. PM launches education TV channel. You're watching News at 10 with me, Brendan Lepore. The government has announced the formation of a COVID-19 immunization task force to manage the implementation of the National COVID-19 Immunization Program. Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Khairi Jamaluddin, as the coordinating minister for the program, would lead the CITF, which will report to the Cabinet. He said the CITF management team will be supervised by two co-directors, namely Health Deputy Director General, Public Health, Dr. Chong Chi Keong, and Army Deputy Chief Lieutenant General, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman, while the National Security Council, MKN, the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MOSTI, and the Ministry of Health, MOH, will act as CITF Secretariat. The Minister explained that the CITF emphasizes on integrated actions by the various ministries and government agencies to ensure that PIC will be neatly, smoothly, and properly implemented to achieve its objectives.
CITF telah mengadakan mesyuarat pertama pada 16 Februari semalam, yang mana kita telah memperincikan penyelarasan bidang tugas, struktur kerja dan juga perancangan keseluruhan program imunisasi COVID-19 kebangsaan. Dalam mesyuarat tersebut, antara lain, MKN telah membentangkan kertas kerja berkaitan dengan penyelarasan di peringkat kebangsaan, negeri dan daerah.
The minister added that the Royal Malaysia Police, Armed Forces, Fire and Rescue Department, as well as the Civil Defence Force, will also be involved in the implementation of the PIC. Meanwhile, on the two-dose vaccines, Khairi said Malaysia will be following the recommended dosing schedule for COVID-19 vaccination instead of vaccinating as many people as possible with at least one dose. The minister also assured that the second dose of the vaccine would be safely stored for those who have received the first dose.
Kita mengikut apa pengeluar vaksin telah sarankan Pfizer, iaitu 21 hari selepas dos pertama. Oleh demikian, dasar kita adalah satu dos reserve. Satu dos reserve itu akan disimpan di pusat simpanan vaksin, yang mana pusat simpanan vaksin ini adalah pusat-pusat di bawah Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, dan pusat simpanan vaksin ini akan kita hantar, dan tadi saya pun telah dapat persetujuan daripada Menteri Dalam Negeri. Kita akan hantar polis untuk menjaga keselamatan vaksin-vaksin di pusat simpanan vaksin, ya. Dan saya percaya polis dan juga Angkatan Tentera Malaysia, Timbalan Panglima ada di sini, akan membantu bukan hanya di pusat-pusat simpanan vaksin, tetapi juga dalam kita menghantar konvoi-konvoi ke seluruh negara membawa vaksin ini, sebab vaksin ini menjadi barang yang sangat-sangat bernilai sekarang.
The two-dose vaccines are produced by companies such as Pfizer-BioNTech, AstraZeneca, Sinovac Life Sciences Co. Limited, Sinovac and CanSinoBio, while the one-dose type comes from Sputnik V besides Johnson & Johnson. In the same development, Khairi said the government will sign a COVID-19 vaccine procurement contract with Johnson & Johnson from the United States soon. He said so far, the clinical information on this vaccine has been positive, and based on the recommendation of the COVID-19 Vaccine Supply Access Guarantee Special Committee, JKJAV, the Cabinet decided to purchase the vaccine.
Kita masih lagi dalam proses rundingan, dan dalam masa yang terdekat saya difahamkan Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Adham akan menandatangani kontrak untuk kita memperolehi vaksin daripada Johnson & Johnson, dan selepas itu barulah dapat kita hantar ke NPRA untuk penilaian. Berkenaan dengan satu dos dan dua.
The number of active COVID-19 infections continues to drop as 2,998 new cases reported, which is significantly lower than 5,709 recoveries made today. However, the death toll in the country rises to over 1,000 after 22 fatalities reported in the last 24 hours.
Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah in a statement today said with this, total death cases in Malaysia rose to 1,005. Selangor reported the highest number of new infections with 1,382, followed by 436 in Johor and 233 in Negeri Sembilan. The Health DG said the number of active cases dropped to 41,396, where 231 patients currently being treated in the ICU, with 115 of them requiring ventilator support. Meanwhile, the number of active clusters maintained at 499 after 13 declared inactive and another 13 discovered nationwide.
Rejecting the COVID-19 vaccine jab or anti-vaccine propaganda will only hamper efforts of the government to stop the spread of the pandemic. Deputy Minister, the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Dato' Ahmad Marzuq Shari, said the government's decision to make receiving the vaccine jab compulsory must first take into account opinions and views from all sides.
Dia tahu bahawa penyakit memerlukan imunisasi dan juga vaksin ini perlu diambil oleh semua rakyat supaya mereka itu dapat dikawal daripada dijangkiti oleh wabak COVID-19 ini. Jadi kepada golongan yang ada pandangan mereka sendiri, ada terpengaruh dengan sebahagian daripada teori yang dibawa itu, saya nasihatkan supaya mereka patuh pada kerajaan. Apabila kerajaan telah buat satu keputusan, itulah yang terbaik untuk rakyat.
The people also need not worry about the administration of the vaccine from a religious point of view, as the decision was made after with the consulting with the Special Muzakara Committee of the National Council for Malaysian Islamic Affairs. The committee has previously announced that the COVID-19 vaccines are permissible and for some even obligatory under Islamic law. He said this to reporters after distributing 200 essential items to Muslim converts through the Inspirasi Kasih Food Bank Yapim 3.0 program in Kajang, Selangor today.
594 individuals were apprehended yesterday for breaching the Movement Control Order MCO directives. 569 of them were reached at compounds, while the remaining 25 were remanded. According to a statement by Senior Minister for Security, Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the most common offences include not practising proper physical distancing, of which 144 cases were recorded yesterday. In addition, 127 individuals were reprimanded for unpermitted interstate travel. Other offences include not wearing face masks, as well as not providing entry-exit locks for customers at premises. Meanwhile, 539 roadblocks were deployed throughout Benteng, involving the Royal Malaysia Police (PDRM), the Malaysian Armed Forces (ATM), the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency (MMEA), and the Border Security Agency (AXEM), which saw the arrests of 5 illegal immigrants as well as the confiscation of 3 land vehicles. 117 sanitation operations were also conducted nationwide yesterday, involving 48 red zones, 4 orange zones, 7 yellow zones, and 3 green zones. 8,983 foreigners were screened for COVID-19 yesterday, of which 37 returned positive. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin today launched a special terrestrial education television channel, Didik TV Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, or Didik TV KPM. Now, this is part of the efforts by the ministry to increase access to quality education for students nationwide.
Didik TV KPM will mainly broadcast programs based on the ministry's curriculum and co-curriculum. Furthermore, news of the world of education from preschool to Form 6, edutainment, programs and students-generated content, lifelong learning content that focuses on good values and student character development will also be broadcast. Tan Sri Muhyiddin in his officiating speech expressed confidence that Didik TV KPM can assist in the implementation of home-based teaching and learning, PDPR, as especially for students who lack access to online education.
Kerajaan juga sedar bahawa murid-murid terdiri daripada pelbagai latar belakang, sama ada di kawasan bandar, luar bandar ataupun kawasan pedalaman. Oleh yang demikian, kita perlu terima hakikat bahawa pelaksanaan PDPR secara dalam talian masih belum dapat dilaksanakan secara menyeluruh dalam tempoh yang singkat. Ini ialah kerana sebahagian besar murid tidak memiliki peranti sesuai dan juga faktor kekangan akses kepada internet. Justru kerajaan telah pun bersetuju untuk mewujudkan satu saluran khusus untuk siaran TV pendidikan.
Parents or guardians are encouraged to take the time to watch Didik TV KPM with their children. PDPR was introduced last year following the closure of school sessions due to the Movement Control Order implementation. The channel, which kick-starts today, can be viewed through channel 107 on MyTV, 147 on Astro and NTV7 on TV Unified from 7 a.m. to midnight daily.
In a related development, the Prime Minister also acknowledged and praised the commitment of teachers in educating students despite facing challenges of the new norm. Tan Sri Muhyiddin is confident that many teachers have the skills and expertise to deliver learning content creatively and ensuring the highest quality of education.
Baru-baru ini saya kesempatan untuk menonton slot Road to Success SPM 2020 bagi subjek matematik kertas 1 oleh Cikgu Azman Saad. Antara yang menarik perhatian saya adalah cara penyampaian guru yang begitu kreatif. Program sebegini adalah sangat baik bagi membantu calon peperiksaan CJ Pelajaran Malaysia SPM yang akan mula menduduki peperiksaan pada minggu hadapan.
He added the ministry is committed to continue to provide educational access to more than 5 million students to enable them to gain the knowledge, skills and values needed. Tan Sri Muhyiddin hoped that these efforts will be well received by pupils and parents, alike to allow for the national education system to be driven to greater heights. To come, TNB lost 8.6 million ringgit to alleged electricity theft by Bitcoin mining syndicate. Stay with us. The authorities have busted a Bitcoin mining syndicate that has been stealing electricity for over a year for its operations at dozens of premises in Johor. State Police Chief Dato' Ayub Han Maidin Piche said some 1,746 units of Bitcoin mining machines worth 2.6 million ringgit were also seized from 21 premises during a two-day operation with Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB from 15 to 16 February.
He said police seized 421 units of the mining machines from 5 premises in Johor Bahru Selatan. 608 machines were from 8 premises in Sri Alam, 553 machines from 6 premises in Tangkak and 132 machines from 2 premises in Muar. Police believe that the syndicate has been active since the beginning of last year and has caused losses worth 8.6 million ringgit to TNB for electricity theft.
Yang dia menggunakan mesin, dia menggunakan penyambungan haram. Sebab satu mesin tuan-tuan ni, dia menggunakan kuasa ataupun perlukan alat elektrik seperti satu horsepower punya account.
Briefing reporters today, Dato' Ayub said 7 individuals aged between 24 and 64 were also arrested during the raids, adding that the police are still looking for others involved in the operation, including the mastermind. The case is being investigated under Section 379, 427 of the Penal Code for electricity theft and causing mischief to TNB's properties. Dato' Ayub noted that Johor TNB had suffered losses of about 90 million ringgit in 2020 alone due to electricity theft linked to Bitcoin mining.
A civil servant was charged at the Johor Bahru Sessions Court today with 3 counts of accepting bribe, totaling 26,800 ringgit 2 years ago. Nurul Hazlin Hashim, 37, however, pleaded not guilty to all charges read before Judge Dato Abdul Kamal Arifin Ismail. On the first count, Nurul Hazlin was charged with accepting 12,800 ringgit, which was deposited into her bank account from a supplier as an inducement to recommend the company to be given a job related to a religious seminar to be held in the state. On the second and third counts, she was charged with accepting cash totaling 14,000 ringgit, also deposited into her bank account from the same supplier as an inducement to recommend the company to be given a job related to Santuni Orang Asli program. She was alleged to have committed all the offences at a bank in Simpang Renggam while serving as an assistant officer with the Johor Islamic Religious Department between 27 October and the 4th of November 2019. The charge, framed under Section 16, Subsection A, Subsection B of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Act 2009, carries a maximum jail term of 20 years and a fine of 10,000 ringgit or 5 times the amount of the bribe, whichever is higher, upon conviction. MACC prosecuting officer Nur Mahira Muhammad Pauzi prosecuted, while the accused was not represented. The court set the 3rd of March for remention. An online businessman has been slapped with a 2-year jail term by the Kota Bharu Sessions Court after he pleaded guilty for owning about 600 child pornography videos. The accused, Muhammad Rizwan Maidi, 26, pleaded guilty after the charge was read before Judge Ahmad Bazli Bahrudin. According to the charge sheet, Muhammad Rizwan was charged with owning child pornography clips on 11 February at a house in Taman Guru, Pintu Geng, Kota Bharu. The charge was made under Section 10 of the Sexual Offences Against Children Act 2017, which carries a maximum 5 years of jail term or fine, not more than 10,000 ringgit or both if convicted. The accused, who was not represented, pleaded for a lighter sentence, but Deputy Public Prosecutor Sharifah Arbida Shasha Amir Sharifuddin urged the court to impose a fair punishment which would act as a general deterrence. The court then set the 2-year jail term, which commenced since the day he was arrested on 11 February. 50 residents living near Dataran Air Muleh, Kampung Pohon Celagi in Pasir Mas, Kelantan, have been instructed to evacuate their homes following the landslide incident at Sungai Kelantan riverbank. The incident that happened early this morning has caused a house to be destroyed due to the erosion of the riverbank, which later collapsed into the river. According to Pasir Mas Police Chief ACP Muhammad Roy Suhaimi Sarif, it was reported that for 2 days there was a small crevice in the area. However, the crevice has enlarged, affecting the nearby area. Meanwhile, Pengkalan Pasir Assemblyman Dato Hanifah Ahmad said a badminton hall is being used as a temporary shelter for the affected residents. He added that the Department of Irrigation and Drainage has been instructed to provide a full report of the incident. In other news, the Chinese New Year open house celebration in the new norm 2021 will be held virtually this Saturday. Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri said it will be officiated by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin through a live stream on the My Motek Facebook page and RTM TV1. According to Datuk Seri Nancy, this unprecedented pandemic situation currently faced by countries worldwide prompted special and unconventional measures to suit the new norms.
Kegiatan ini diharapkan dapat meningkatkan semangat bersatu hati dan toleransi serta menyemai nilai-nilai murni dan budaya yang tinggi dalam kalangan masyarakat yang pelbagai kaum untuk lebih bersifat terbuka dan saling menghormati. Di samping itu, tinggi juga harapan kami agar program ini dapat diteruskan bagi tahun-tahun mendatang dalam usaha menjadikan seni dan budaya terus dikekalkan di negara ini. Marilah bersama-sama berdoa agar pandemik ini segera dapat diatasi supaya kita dapat meraihkannya secara normal untuk tahun-tahun akan datang. Amin.
The program will begin at 9 p.m. and will feature compilations of open house celebration videos from 2016 to 2020, dance performances from Istana Budaya artists and guest singers. Furthermore, there will also be speech segment slots from various figures in the Chinese society, such as Tan Sri Li Lam Tai and Dr. Lim Swee Tin.